Right, now let's go back to Stephen for another quick second, right? Again, Ellen White writes, as he described the glorious scene upon his eyes were gazing, it was more than his persecutors could endure. Stopping their ears that they may not hear the words, and uttering loud cries, they ran furiously upon him with one accord and cast him out of the city. They then stoned Stephen, who was calling upon God and saying, Jesus, receive my spirit. He knelt down and he cried with a loud voice, and he then gave up his ghost. So again, you could see what I'm trying to paint here is a picture of Stephen, right, standing there, still in his in his death scene. Like, this is his scene. He knew his fate was sealed, right? He knew that. But even standing there, he looked upon his crowd and he was trying to still proclaim to them, like, what he's witnessing, that it might change their heart. But Satan captivated their hearts, that they were not willing to hear anything. They actually closed their ears and then killed Stephen. Right now, at the scene of Stephen's trial and death, Saul had seemed to be imbued with a frenzial zeal. Afterward, he was enraged by his own secret conviction that Stephen had now been honored by God at the very time when he was dishonored by men. So men dishonored Stephen for trying to say he's saying blasphemy words, but God honored him because he was proclaiming the truth. Saul continued to persecute the church, hunting them down, seizing them in their own houses, and delivering them up to the priests and rulers for imprisonment and death. His zeal in carrying forward his persecution brought terror to the Christians in Jerusalem. Roman authorities made no effort to stay the cruel work, and secretly aided the Jews in order to conciliate them and secure their favor. So the Romans wanted the favor of the Jewish authorities, because they knew if they had the favor of the Jewish authority, they're not going to have much riots, they're not going to have much issues to deal with, and which will then obviously paint the rulers in a good eye to the emperor as well, and not make them look bad. So it was a secret deal, you could say. It was a secret deceptive deal between the civil authorities and the religious authorities. However, in between that, you had Saul, this man zealous for God, and I would like to say that he was sort of instructed in the wrong way. The Pharisees and the Sanhedrin, I think they took advantage of his zeal for God, and then pointed him in the wrong direction to then go and persecute and kill all of these Christians, especially the early church. So I would like to, that's my opinion, anyways. But drop some comments drop some sort of comments in order for us to understand your thought on this as well, brothers and sisters.